Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Combopolis, the button-shy game. This game here is going to require at least 2 of the 3 Sprawlopolis games. You're going to need Metropolis, Agropolis, or Sprawlopolis. And you can combine these games with this to make a new experience that you get to play through. This would be best if you had all 3 because you can get a lot of replayability from the different matchups that you can have in this, and they'll give you the most matchups if you do have all 3. So let's go ahead down the table, and I'm going to give you an idea how this changes up the game and how it needs to be implemented with 2 of those 3 Sprawlopolis versions. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. Right, so this is Combopolis, and this is an expansion collection here, and this is going to be able to combine 2 of the 3 base games in different combinations. So that'd be Metropolis, Sprawlopolis, and Agropolis. In this one, you're going to get a nice little stack of cards here. There's going to be 18 cards. And how this game is going to function. Well, this game is going to be combining one of the 2 base games, and they're going to be in different combinations. So you can do this Combopolis here, where it's going to combine Sprawlopolis and Agropolis. This one's going to combine Sprawlopolis and Metropolis, and this one's going to combine Agropolis and Metropolis. Now, with these, to set up the game, you're going to take out 6 cards each time from Combopolis. So you're going to come in here and you're going to find Road Trip, Petting Zoo, Children of the Corn, Sour Grapes, Animal House, and Supply and Demand. So you're going to take those out, and we're going to go over setup in a second, but I'm going to show you some of these scoring cards, because this is the heart of the game, is these additional scoring cards you're going to run into. And there's going to, like I said, you're going to pull out 6 of these, but like here, Supply and Demand. Compare the sizes of your largest orchard group and your largest commercial group, and you're going to get 3 points. Block in the smaller of these 2 groups. So that's pretty nice. You're going to be using this in, I believe, what was this one? This is probably Sprawlopolis and Agropolis. But anyway, this one's Animal House, 2 points per livestock pen directly between 2 residential blocks. Here's going to be Sour Grapes. 3 points per vineyard group adjacent to your largest industrial group. Here's going to be Children of the Corn. 3 points per cornfield block on the edge of your city that is adjacent to a park block. The park block does not also have to be on an edge. Petting Zoos. 2 points park group adjacent to any 2 different types of livestock blocks. 3 points park groups adjacent to 3 different types of livestock blocks. Road Trip, 3 points, roads that pass through 1 or more blocks of each type, residential, commercial, industrial, vineyard, or orchard, or cornfield. Oddly enough, this one's also in Ultropolis, same card. So if you get Ultropolis combines all 3 in one shot. This is the Blues. This is going to be 3 points for rivers that begin at a lake and end at a commercial block. 3 points per road that begins at a lake and ends at a commercial block. Here's going to be Odd Neighbors. 2 points per residential block adjacent to an odd number of Metropolis blocks. Any combination of forest, lake, meadow, and mountain. Here's going to be Not Far From Home. This is going to be 3 points, row and column, with at least 1 campsite and at least 1 of each Sprawlopolis block type, commercial, industrial, park, and residential. Here's Timber Town. Timber Town counts the number of commercial blocks on the edge of the city and the number of forest blocks not on an edge. Score points equal to twice the smaller number. Here's going to be Flower Plant. This is 1 point industrial block adjacent to at least 1 meadow block. Additional 1 point if the blocks are on the same road. Here's going to be Peaks and Parks. This is going to be 4 points per mountain group that contains 2 or more blocks and is adjacent to a number of park blocks equal to its side. Here's going to be Irrigation Nation. This is going to be 1 point per river section adjacent to a cornfield orchard, or vineyard, and additional 2 points if that section is adjacent to 2 or more of those block types. Here's going to be up the creek without a cattle. This is going to be 1 point per river, 1 point per cow pen, not in the same row and column as a river. Here's going to be great escapes. It's going to be 1 point per vineyard block on the edge of the city adjacent to a lake. Additional 1 point if both apply to that vineyard block. Here's going to be Alps and apples. This is 2 points. Mountain blocks adjacent to 2 or more orchard blocks. This is going to be 2 points for orchard block adjacent to 2 or more mountain blocks. Here's going to be camp, oaken, oaken McDoodle, whatever. 3 points for row and columns with at least 1 campsite and at least 1 of each type of livestock block, chickens, cows, and pigs. And this is get your groove on. Here's the 2 points. Block that is both in the largest forest and adjacent to the largest vineyard group. So how do you play this game? Well, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to shuffle the 2 base game card decks separately, and you're going to flip 2 of the top cards to be your scoring cards. The rest are going to stay face up with the map on the top. You're going to shuffle the 6 Combopolis cards and flip over the top card. Place all 3 scoring cards. So you're going to have 3 different scoring cards, 1 from each of the base games and 1 from Combopolis. And then your starting card is going to end up being a Combopolis card. You're going to flip that one over. Remove the other 4 from the game, and you're going to start the game. Well, how do you play this game? You're going to draw 1 card from each deck, so you'll have 2 cards. Place them on the table for each player to view, and then place one of the drawn cards onto the map using the base game's placement rules. It may touch overlap of any type. Discard the other card and the turn. And so you're going to keep on going until the decks run out, both decks that you combined. Or not combined, that you're using. So follow the base game scoring for rules. And when scoring block groups, only score 2 block types from each base game. So you're going to have to pick 2 block types from each of the base games. For example, if you want to score residential and industrial from Sprawlopolis, you may not score commercial and park groups. Each continuous road is treated as 1 road, even if it contains a combination of road segments from each game. Subtract 1 point for each road in your map. So if you're using Agropolis, you're not going to be taking away 2 points. Or sorry, Netropolis subtracts the 2 points. You won't even be doing that. So it's only 1 point. That's it. You're going to meet the score of the combined 3 cards. If you do, you win the game. If you don't, you lose the game. So let's go ahead back up to the table here, and I'll give you my final thoughts. So I really like Sprawlopolis, I really like Agropolis, and I really like Netropolis. And Combopolis is a really good extension on those. So it adds a lot more replayability to those games and adds more of a puzzle to how to get those points that you need to win the game. So if you like any of those, if you're a fan of that series, this is a great one to have, especially if you already have all 3. So really, this is almost a no-brainer. If you have all 3, you should pick up Combopolis. And that's basically my thoughts on Combopolis. Thank you for watching.